Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. I'm so excited to film this video. I literally feel like a kid on Christmas. I feel like I just cannot wait to film it anymore. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I have absolutely no reason to be doing my makeup other than I just want to play with this makeup, and I had planned on this being like a first impression sort of video, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and film it so that I can freely use these products. If you guys saw my recent haul video, it's going to be some of those products, but at the time I'm filming this, I have not filmed the haul video because one of the packages from a company is taking forever to get here, and it was the Catrice package, which I'm sure I told you guys about in the haul video, so I'll have that one linked in the eye down below. I'm just kind of like pre-filming a little bit here, but I do have a good bit of products sitting in front of me, and a couple of products in particular I cannot wait to use. So we're going to be using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. This one I haven't used in 3 years. I'm so excited to see if I still like it. We're also going to try out the Totally Plastic palette from Iggy Azalea and BH Cosmetics that I found at TJ Maxx. And we're also going to be trying the r.e.m. Beauty Highlight, the lavender one, as well as several other products. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So this video is going to be a little bit of a mixture between new products and products that have been in my collection. We don't have a full face, so I don't have a primer. I'm going to be using this one. This is the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Primer. I do already have some face moisturizer on. It is about 10 o'clock at night when I'm filming this. There's no need to put on SPF. The sun is long gone. But I do want like a really nice hydrated base. So I have on the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream as my moisturizer. I put that on about maybe 20 minutes ago. And then I'm just going to add the water jelly because I want a nice hydrated base for the Flower Beauty Foundation. Oh my gosh, you guys. My expectations are so high for this foundation. It's like not even funny because this was my holy grail foundation. But when I used up my final one that I had, I don't remember if it was like hard for me to get a hold of or something, and then I wanted the shade L0 and that one just like wasn't anywhere that I was seeing it, and so I feel like I just had too many foundations in my collection that I just didn't want to add another one. I think it's at least been 2.5 years, but I'm pretty sure it's been like 3 years since I had it. But I'm so excited to have it and hopefully the correct shade. Okay, let's do it. Let's try it out. You guys, this is proof, okay? I guess I could have put the sticker back on, but I haven't even opened it to see if it was the right shade for me. Like the little tape piece was still on there. This has been killing me. This package was the first one that came in from my like orders, plural, because I ordered from separate retailers. And I literally haven't even looked to see if this is the right shade. I'm just so excited. I really am. Okay, so I'm just gonna pump some on my hand. See, I haven't even used it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. If this, watch this like not work for me anymore. I'm not gonna put that out there. This is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna love it. Okay, already the shade looks so much better. Like I said, I had the shade L1. It was honestly like really too deep for me. One time I feel like it was okay because I had a little bit of a tan, like the one time in my life I've ever had a tan. Let me blend it out. Okay, I'm just going to use a damp sponge. I think that that's what I used when I used to have it, so I'm going to use that again. I'm just so intrigued to see if I still like this as much. It actually seems like a really good shade match, so I'm excited about that. I hope they haven't changed the formula. That's one thing. I feel like surely they wouldn't have. I don't think I've heard anyone say that they have noticed the formula change, but also I feel like I haven't heard really anything about this foundation in a while. So right off the bat, I feel like it's actually pretty decent coverage, especially with a sponge, but it doesn't look as like dewy as I remember it, which I'm really surprised about. So I'm not sure about that. Okay, this literally looks like my skin up close. It is sitting so nicely on my skin. It's so hard to show you guys. I need to add a little bit more because my redness is not covered up really on the left side, but wow. Okay, maybe it's just as good as I remember. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna add a little bit more with a brush because I want to see if it will cover up my redness. I remember this being, I feel like a medium coverage. I don't know. I feel like when I used this, I didn't like as much coverage as I do now, but I feel like that covered up my redness pretty well. I'm just trying to spread the product out. I'll go back over it with a sponge again for the coverage, or like for the finish of it. You guys, I'm like so happy. I know I was so when I filmed that like I broke my low by video, I had no plan for it because I had been thinking about it over the month of April, like, okay, I'm gonna film a video that's like I broke my low by, but I couldn't figure out like what specifically I wanted to say. And that was one of those videos where I felt like it was just better to just sit down and press record and just talk. I was like having whiplash trying to edit that video, but I think that you guys probably really saw like how excited I am about this, and just like the process and like walking into TJ Maxx and not trying to avoid the makeup section because I'm like, oh, if I see something that I really want, like it's gonna be hard for me to not pick it up. I'm like, I feel so much better, like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I think I was taking the low buy a little bit too seriously because I felt let down by myself last year when I broke it so impulsively. So I'm so glad that I really thought it through this time. Oh my goodness. Let me try and turn my brightness down. You can see. I don't know if you can. You can see the texture pretty well, but I think it's sitting really nicely on my skin. I don't think I blended it very well here. It does have a nice glow to it though. So I do have a ring light, which I just turned down, and then I have two like studio kind of lights on the side. So those are still on, but it does have a nice glow to it, honestly. And I think the primer probably helped with that, but wow, this is as good as I remember, especially off of like first impressions. And it doesn't look heavy at all. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I picked this up, you guys. And the fact that it's my color, like this is like a perfect shade match for me. This box feels like the best thing right now. So for concealer, I did pick up a replacement of my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. It's not full coverage, but anyways, I actually already have this in my collection. Like I mentioned, that other one was just a backup. So I'll go ahead and use the one that I have open. It's the same shade and everything. This one is in the shade Fair. I love this stuff. This is my third one the repurchase is my third one to get of this. It looks like a little bit darker, but for some reason, I love the way this concealer blends out. It's kind of like how I used to love the Misha BB cream, and now how I feel about the Purito BB cream, how it's a little bit more of like that, like almost gray undertone. I don't know, you guys. I really like that in makeup. I feel like that's not a popular opinion, but it's something that I love. And I just feel like it brightened my under eye, but it doesn't look like I put a brightening concealer underneath my eyes. This is seriously sitting so nicely on my skin. I'm like, this is like exceeding the expectations that I even had for it. Because I just, after 3 years, it's really hard to remember something very well. So I'm just so happy with this, you guys. Next up is powder, because we don't have any like cream cheek products. So also, I meant to do my eyes first. You guys could tell I'm just so excited about that foundation. But anyways, this is the Bite Changemaker powder in the shade Light 1. And again, I found this at TJ Maxx. Yeah, so at TJ Maxx, I got this for $7.99. And even on their website right now, it's on sale for only $14, which is still good because it's like half off the original price. But to find this for $8, I really wanted to try it, especially because Kelly Gooch is always talking about this powder. I think she just put it in her project pan too. This was a product that I feel comfortable purchasing at TJ Maxx because it's a powder and you could tell that no one has touched it or swatched it or anything. So I felt fine with that. And then I really liked that the little powder puff came in a separate little like plastic sleeve, like it was taped shut. So I liked that because I felt like comfortable using it from there. I'm actually going to try it with the powder puff. I sometimes like to use these. And yeah, this powder is pretty obvious when someone touches it, so I really feel fine with using it. I also never find my shade in any complexion product, I feel like, at TJ Maxx, like ever. So this was just meant to be. I found this the same day I found the eyeshadow palette we're going to use today. I feel like it's slightly dark, actually. Like compared to this eye. But maybe once I put it on the other eye, then it will look like a little bit more normal. So this is the lightest shade of the powder. I do think it's just a hair deeper than my skin, but I feel like it's okay, especially once I put bronzer and stuff on. I feel like it'll be fine. I'm actually going to use this brush. So Spectrum did send me their Emily in Paris collection. I'm not required to say anything about it in this video or anything like that, but I just wanted to kind of test out these brushes. So this is the first time I'm going to be using them. This is the Spectrum C07 brush. I would probably typically use this for blush. I feel like this is a really great blush brush, but I have a different blush brush we're going to use. So I'm going to just use this for my powder and go ahead and just set all over the face so that I can kind of see how I feel about it. Maybe a little bit better than just underneath the eyes. It seems pretty undetectable, which is a good thing, I think, for a setting powder. I wasn't really expecting it to add a lot of coverage. We do also have a new bronzer to test out. This is also from Spectrum. So this was also sent to me with the brushes, but again, I'm not required to like talk about it or anything in this video. I just want to try it out. So I got this one in the shade Rise, which I believe is the lightest shade. This is so pretty. I have really not heard a lot about Spectrum makeup in general. The only thing I've ever tried is their glossy lip balm or gloss oil or something like that. And it's in the shade Hannah, and I really like that. I actually use it all the time. It's in my purse that I have been using at work, and I like it a lot. I think it's really nice. So I am so excited to try this, and the packaging is just really gorgeous, and it's very like luxurious feeling. And the fact that it comes with like a little mini brush I think is cute. I truly don't really use a lot of mini brushes, but if you like smaller ones and you like to travel, it's just really cute. I feel like that they came together and they match. So this is a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be, which is not a bad thing. It's just I probably should have started with even less. But I think the undertone is quite nice for my skin. I really like the way that looks, especially like from straight on. I feel like the color of the shadow looks really nice, especially since this brush is more densely packed. It'd be a good idea to start out with less and then build your way up. Like this is a really nice flush, whereas this is a lot heavier of a look. This is really nice so far. I like the undertone of this a lot. I'm kind of picky about bronzers. I don't like them to look too orange or anything. So I'm just going to continue to apply this, and I'll actually go ahead and switch over to the small brush and just use a little bit. Since it's a little bit more of a loose brush and not so densely packed, it should help me sort of diffuse it. So I'm just going to run over what I've already done and put it all around the face too. So I'm going to speed through this. Okay, I actually feel like this is really nice. It didn't get patchy at all. I was able to blend it out really nicely. Okay, am I just like sleeping on Spectrum makeup? Because this is really nice, and I really like the lip oil too, so maybe I need to try more of their makeup. I don't have a new blush, and before I add just a blush from my collection, let's go ahead and test out the highlight. This might clash a little bit with our eye look, but that's okay. I just want to use it and I don't care. This is the r.e.m. Beauty highlight in the shade Miss Neptune, and I am surprised that I got this one, but I almost got the one called, I think it's called Miss Mercury, which is more of like a typical highlighter, but I have those shades in my collection, and every time I see someone with the shadow, or no, not a shadow, every time I see someone with a highlight that looks like this on the cheeks, I think it's so pretty. It might be more of like a specific look, like I might not wear this every day, but you know what? Maybe I will wear it every day. I'm actually going to use a Real Techniques brush because I want to try this out with a more fluffy, less dense brush. I'm really excited to see how this goes. Actually, let me like swatch it first. I haven't even swatched this. I want to see what it would look like. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I really hope I love this when I build it up on the cheeks. I'm going to build it up, but I wanted to start with it being a little bit more subtle. I will say this formula, when I swatched Miss Mercury, I keep forgetting the names, but the more like neutrally kind of one, it was a lot more creamy than I thought it was going to be. Like to the touch, it feels more creamy than like just powder. Oh wow, I actually really like that. It's kind of what I was saying. It's like different. Like when you turn your head, it's just like, oh yeah, she's got a little bit of purple highlight on. This is really cute. My one concern is I don't want it to be too deep for my skin. I'm not sure if it is or not. You know what was kind of annoying to me is that I kept seeing people put this product, this color in their thumbnail, and no one was using it. Everyone was like, oh, I got this one and I got this one, but I'm not going to use the purple one. But I'm like, it was in your thumbnail. Why didn't you use it? So I wanted to make sure that I used it. So if you saw it in my thumbnail, that's why. I feel like it's not too dark. I mean, it's definitely purple, but I feel like it's okay. I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think. I feel like it's fine, right? It's definitely purple, but it's not leaving like a shadow, I don't think, on my cheekbone or anything. It actually looks like natural right here. And I feel like you would only notice it when I turn my face in the light or sun, whichever like really hits it. And it's purple. Oh, I really like this. Okay, I wasn't sure. I was really hoping I was going to like it, but so far so good. I'm excited about it. I'm going to hold off on blush for now, and then at the end maybe we'll add some, but let's go ahead and do the eyes. So this is the Totally Plastic palette from BH Cosmetics and Iggy Azalea. I just really like the way this palette looks. I also think that this plastic packaging feels really nice. It doesn't feel like some other plastic packaging in my collection. This is a really good quality feeling one, at least in my opinion. And I just really liked this color story. Honestly, I'm not like the biggest fan of Iggy Azalea, but I mean, I like her music okay, a couple songs, I guess, but really, like, this was something where it wasn't the collab that got me, it was the actual product, so that's why I was like, okay, getting it. I try to really hold off from like collab palettes if I'm not really into the actual product, but I think that this is so cute. I love the pink plastic packaging, how it has like the little speckles in it. I think it's really cute. I actually really like plastic packaging when it's done right, so enough blabbing about the packaging. Let's see if the shadows are good, because if they're not, then that does no good for us. And I'm actually going to go ahead and swatch this palette because I haven't even touched it. I'm telling you guys, I really tried to wait for this video to even like look at this these products. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch them. They feel really buttery. Wow. So the first 3 shades. Holy cow, you guys. Okay. So far, I'm very impressed, and I've literally only touched 3 of the shades. Wow, okay. You guys, I really liked this palette, the way it looked at least when it first came out, but like I mentioned, it was so expensive. It was like $17 or something. So that second shade didn't swatch very well, but it could go on well to the eyes. It's a second layer there. That one I feel like is going to be really pretty on the eyes. There's not a shade in this palette that I feel like I wouldn't use, which is how I know that I think I will like the palette. Those look amazing. Okay. Wow, that's so pretty. You guys, I think you can see how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is like, I feel like it's Christmas. Okay. Last row. Actually, this is probably the row I'm the most excited for. I know it's kind of basic, but I look at these shades and I actually think the undertones are so unique to my collection. They're just, I mean, can you guys tell? I know these two are like similar in the sense of like the depth of them, but I personally feel like they're different enough, especially with the undertones. And also right now I can see that highlight. Oh, I love this. Okay, so the last 3 shades, go ahead and swatch them. Okay, so those are very light. So that's important to note. I know that people really knock shadows for that. I totally understand. However, they did come out with 3 different color stories. I will say I'm not very aware on like what the other 2 look like. This was the only one that really ever caught my attention. But I have really fair skin, and so I like those lighter shades. It helps the palette be more wearable for me. So personally, I love this color story. I'm very happy with the depth of it. I feel like we might be able to like build this shade up a little bit, and overall, I mean, it could have used like one more deep shade, but I don't think I would want to get rid of any shades to get the deeper one. If anything, I guess this one. So those are all the swatches. Again, it's pretty light, but everything felt really nice and nothing was like a terrible swatch or anything. So yeah, I am very excited to put this on my eyes. It doesn't have a mirror, which I'm okay with because I really like the packaging to be sort of like that see-through plastic and you can really see the palette itself. So I am going to start out with the lightest shade. Yeah, these don't have any shade names, so I'm just going to have to like point to you and say I'm dipping into this one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just so excited to try all these products. I can't even be bothered to prime my eyelids, but let me give it a fair shot. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. This is the eye primer that I pretty much use daily with all of my shadows, so I'm very familiar with it. I feel like it gives it a fair shot because honestly, any eyeshadow is not getting a fair shot if I just put it on my bare eyelids. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Okay, I primed the eyes. I'm gonna go in with that lightest shade. I'm just gonna put this into the crease and bring it all the way up to the brow. Okay, now that I'm putting this on, I do kind of feel like maybe this one wasn't needed. I think for sure these two, but I do like the undertone of this lightest shade. But we probably could have used maybe one deeper shade just to make it more inclusive and also to provide some depth for any look. But I'm still going to use the lightest shade. That's always the first shade in any palette that I hit pan in. I think ever. Like I could think of 3 off the top of my head that it's been like that with. I don't know. I like them. I think that they make everything a little bit easier to blend. I'm going to use as many shades as possible. So I'm just going to go into the next one and I'm going to end up using this whole bottom row. Might be a little bit extra, but I actually might use all 9 shades. So for this shade, again, I'm also going to put this into the crease and I'm not going to bring it up all the way to the brow, but I'll probably buff it out pretty close. You can definitely tell it has like a pink tint to it, but it is a little bit sheer. I don't know. I think you can tell it's got like a subtle pink tint to it. So I definitely think both of those light shades, after using them, were not necessary. They do look different to me in the pan, but on the eyes, I feel like you could have just gotten away with just the one I'm using right now. I don't think I told you, but this is the B07 brush. It's just the more like crease brush. All right, I'm going to go into this third one on the bottom row as well. I'm just using the exact same brush for all of these. And I'm going to put this on the outer part of the crease. Okay, I really like this shade, how it's blending with the other ones we have on. So once I put most of the product here on the outer part, I'm going to both buff it up and also in so that it has a really nice blend. Okay, I actually really like how these shades look all together. And I feel like putting those 2 lighter shades underneath it actually did give it a little bit of a transition. But this is the last time I'll probably say it. Maybe I'll wrap it up at the end and say it one more time. But I don't think both of those were needed. But I do really like both of these shades just because I left that one out. Okay, I'm going to go into this lighter pink one on the top right. I'm lightly going to put this one kind of the same place I just put the last one. I'm just kind of wanting to see like how all these shadows will layer together because I want to use as many as possible. So I'm just adding a little bit of pink to there. This is what I do when I'm just like playing with makeup. I will use 9 or 10 shades in one look. I wouldn't do that if I were actually getting ready to go somewhere and needed to get ready, but it's fun for me. So that's why I'm doing that today. I'm going to go with a little bit smaller crease brush. This is actually the ColourPop E17. It has a little bit of staining on it, but I don't think it has any pigment in it. And I'm going to go in with the lightest kind of like powder pink shade. That one does have the most kick up in the pan from even when I just swatched it on my arm. And I want to put this on the inner part of the crease. So lastly, I'm going to take the hot pink shade on the same ColourPop brush. For $16, this is absolutely not worth it. But if you can find it on sale like I did at TJ Maxx, I only paid $4.99 for it. And I honestly, so far, think that it's worth it. We'll see how the shimmers compare, but I'm still excited about it. I'm putting this shade on the very outer corner. I'm going to kind of blend it out, but I don't want to bring it up too much. I want to leave it just on the outer part of the lid. I'm also going in with a pretty light hand with all of these, so especially this shade, you could definitely build it up. I am barely adding anything. All right, with the original crease brush from Spectrum, I'm going to go back into this kind of middle shade here with the light pink tint to it. I'm gonna put this all in the crease just to help everything blend together. I'm adding a little bit more of that hot pink. I kind of think it looks cool how it looks like there's a little bit of pink here, a little bit of pink here, but the outer part is just slightly more intense. I really like this. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna add the shimmer shades. Because I feel like maybe you guys would wanna see how it looks like without glitter glue, I'm gonna go ahead and put some on, and then I'm just gonna put glitter glue on top of that and layer it, because I know that I'll want the glitter glue. So my thought is I'm just gonna put this one on the inner corner, this one on the outer corner, and then maybe top it with a little bit of the yellow shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. This is so pretty. Honestly, this looks a lot like the nude light palette from Huda, which is like a really amazing shade. I'm talking about this one right here from the Huda palette. I mean, they're not exact, but they're pretty similar. So this is the BH one and this is the Huda one. You can tell they're very, very similar. And I feel like on the eyes, they would be a real close dupe. This is again the BH one and the Huda. BH has a little bit more of like a pink base to it, and the Huda has a little bit more of like a lavender and gold shift to it. This would be a stunning look with that all over the lid. But I really just want to use all of them. Yeah, so with my finger, this is getting all over my face and it's not really sticking. So I think that kind of proves the point. I'm gonna go ahead and add the glitter glue now. And then it is still tacky, so I'm taking more of the eyeshadows on my finger, and hopefully you guys can tell on camera, but it is sticking to this a lot better. Actually, we'll try this shadow brush from Spectrum. This is the A28. This one feels more weighted actually. I think it picks up okay on the brush, but I'm gonna stick with my finger. I just prefer that for shimmer shades. Okay, definitely like the darker shade a little bit better. This one is a little bit lackluster. Like I kind of wish it had just a little bit more pop of something, but that is okay because we're gonna use this shade for that extra sparkle, and I feel like that's gonna give me everything that I wanted. So I'm just going to tap this over. Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna tap it over everything. Why not? Wow, I really love that. That is so pretty. Okay, again, let's use that original crease brush and just run it through the crease. Definitely should have done my eyes first. Definitely have some fallout here, but that's okay. Not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I definitely feel a little bit underwhelmed in the inner corner. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of layer up the yellow shade. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but okay, I think that's better. Yeah, the pink shimmer, I was really excited for that one. It's not quite as good as I was hoping it was gonna be, but I'm gonna go ahead and catch up the other eye, and then we'll keep it moving. I'm gonna blend the crease out one more time. I feel like on the viewfinder, the hot pink isn't looking even, like on both eyes, but I don't know. My eyes are two different shapes, but I don't really know how I managed for them to look so different. It's so weird. When I look at it in my mirror, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the same. All right, with the A12 brush, go ahead and do the lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna go with this one and then this one up here on the top right. I'm gonna do them one at a time though. So first impression, I think that this palette is worth $5, definitely not worth $16. A couple of the shades look very similar on the eyes, like I mentioned, and this one is just a little bit lackluster for me. It's very pretty, but I did expect a little bit more from it, not gonna lie. But yeah, I like the look. I think it's so cute. I don't know, you guys. I'm like a sucker for this palette. I don't know what it is about it, but it really just caught my attention and I really like it. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth the $5 and I'm glad I have it. I know I said I was going to consider skipping blush, but we have a blush brush to try out, so let's try it out. This is one I've been wanting to try for forever. It's the one from Flower Beauty, and I didn't realize how skinny the handle was. That was one thing. Handle's very, very, very light and it's very skinny, but I don't know why. I've just always wanted to try this brush. I still think it's cute. This is the Etude House Lovely Cookie Blusher in the shade Ginger Honey Cookie. It's a very subtle blush, so I'm hoping that this will not take away from the highlight. Oh wow, this feels really, really nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm so glad I got this. This was the whole reason, well, not the whole reason, but a main reason why I wanted to order from Flower Beauty's website directly, because I have been dying to try this brush out for probably over a year. This feels so nice on the cheeks. Okay, I don't want to add any more. I need to stop, but I love this brush. This is very, very nice. Was a little surprised about the handle, but I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's not what I expected is why I'm mentioning it, but the metal part feels heavy, but I wish this felt slightly heavier to kind of match it. It feels very, very top heavy, you know? I know this is so extra and this video is probably so long, and we just applied 9 shadows to the lid, but let's just add one more. This is the Ulta Beauty Bounty eyeshadow. I got it in the shade Buttercream. I have used this one a couple of times. It is beautiful. It's like that super shock sort of texture. I picked this up because I loved the one that I had from Essence, the Melted Chrome. Went to pick up another one and realized they don't make it anymore, so picked this one up instead, and I just want to top the look with it. We already have a lot of glitter going on, so we might not even notice the difference, but I just wanted to use it in this video, let you guys know that it's beautiful, and I really, really like it. I'll try and remember and use that one in the part 2 of this video as well, and hopefully showcase it a little bit better, but it just adds that extra little sparkle that you just don't know you need until you have it on and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I was missing. We just have a couple more new products to try out. This is the r.e.m. Beauty Mascara. I picked up the lengthening one. I had every intention of picking up the volumizing one, but I looked at it in store, just the wand itself, and it looked like not very defined. So on this brush, you can see how you can really see the bristles, and that one just looked like the product was a little bit more like clumpy on the brush. I didn't think I would like it. It honestly just didn't look like a really good brush in person. I've never tried it, so I don't know. But this is the lengthening one, so let's try it out. Okay, just a couple of swipes of this and it's really nice so far. The component itself is actually a pretty nice and weighted as well, so I like that. Okay, here's the before and after with one full coat. Hopefully that will help you guys to see. But I'm gonna let it dry just a little bit and add a second coat before I even put one on the other eye so we can see the good before and after. So I'm just gonna let it dry for about 2 minutes and we'll be right back. Oh my goodness, I was pausing to just let my mascara dry and I figured I would go ahead and do my brows. Do you guys see this? It's like about to drip. This is the Milani Weekend Brow. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with this one? Like, you know, I told you guys it's like red sometimes, but this could have ruined my outfit. I hope it didn't drip and I didn't notice it. What the heck? Like, I'm just gonna put just the plastic on my hand. Look how much product almost just dripped onto my clothes. Oh my gosh. I think something's wrong with this pen, you guys. That just doesn't, I don't know. I've had 2 of these and this has never happened. Positive, this doesn't look red at all, but like, what? It looks so dark in my brows and what? I'm just like not sure what is wrong with this one brow pen. I feel like the first one I had was so good. All right, the brows seem like they look really dark, but that's okay. I feel like when I put mascara on both eyes, it'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add a second coat of mascara to this eye. Wow, okay. I really like this on first impressions. I probably let it dry a little bit too long because I had the whole ordeal with the brow product, but it really didn't get clumpy at all. Here's again the before and after. Very lengthening. Definitely I feel like did what it said I was going to do. It's not extremely volumizing, but I mean, I've got plenty of volumizing mascaras, so I'm happy with the lengthening one. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 full coats on the right eye as well, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I actually really like this mascara, so I'm very glad I got that. Also at the price point of only $15, I feel like it's pretty reasonable, so that's good. All right, we do have a few lip options. As much as I want to try out this one from Bite Beauty, I feel like that's not the move. This is in the shade Hard Cider, if you're wondering. Oh, so sad, you guys. I've just been so excited about lip products since I've literally just been like opening things and looking at them, and I opened it and I just smacked the top of it, so it is trying to break on me. But let's go and try it on. I can always just take it off and then we'll put on the other product, but I did swatch this one once I smacked the top of it off and messed it up anyways. I went ahead and swatched it on my hand, but I want to go ahead and just see what it looked like on the lips. Yep, there it goes. Okay, don't love it with this eye makeup. I feel like it's actually okay, but I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off before it stains my lips too much. I really like this shade though, so I am excited to use this. But for today's look, let's go ahead and use this combo. I have actually used both of these products. Some of them I just couldn't wait on, okay, but this is from Ulta Beauty, the lipstick, and it's in the shade 332. They don't have the shade name on it, but it's the Ulta Beauty Bullet Lipstick. Like I mentioned, I actually really like this shade. It's a very nice, like, my lips but better sort of shade for me, and I'm all about that. And then I finally picked up this gloss. This is the Bite Yaysayer gloss. It's in the shade Sugar Drizzle. Oh my goodness, I have wanted this for so long, and I know that Bite Beauty is like on heavy sale, so I don't know if they're going out of business or what, but I really always wanted to try this. I've already used it, like I said. I think it's very pretty, and I love that I can just use it even if I have a lipstick on, because it's got the plastic little like nubby applicator, which I squeezed up too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this. How pretty is that? I think this is stunning. But you see how I got lipstick on it? Well, I did use it a little bit too much, so it's slightly wasteful today, but you can just wipe it right off. It's amazing. I love this applicator, and it's going to be really nice to see you use it up. Okay, so here's the finished look. I really like it. I hope that you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today and just playing with some new makeup. This is the first time that I have just sat down and just played with new makeup in literal months, and I feel so happy. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I have pretty positive thoughts about everything. I think as the video was going along, I kind of told you what I thought about everything, but I am so excited. I will be sure to keep you guys posted once I have used these products a little bit more. I'm thinking a speed reviews video. I've never done one of those before, so that'll be a lot of fun on my channel, probably in like a month or so once I have used all of these products for a while. So be on the lookout for that. Let me know what you guys think of this look though. I actually really like it. So I'm just so happy. I'm happy to try some new things. I cannot wait for my other packages to get in the mail, specifically the one that I ordered like on the 1st of May and it's not here. You guys, I am so impatient with packages. I know that I shouldn't be, but I really am, especially this because I've just wanted to try makeup so much lately. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!